this is my informative speech called Where the Wildlife Is, and it's going to be about the Galapagos Islands and the wildlife there. So, in case you didn't know, the Galapagos Islands are located about 600 miles off of the coast of Ecuador, and they are known as some of the most volcanic areas in the world. So, I'm going to talk about the reptiles, the flora, and the aquatic life. The reptiles are the Galapagos green turtle. It's the only turtle to breed on the island, and they are considered endangered due to fishermen trying to sell them for their meat and their shells. And then introduced cats and rats are eating the unborn hatchlings, which is also causing them not to have as many babies. They have outlawed the selling of the parts of the Galapagos green turtles in the market, so that is helping to lower the endangeredness. The next ones are the lava lizards, which is awesome because they are amongst the most abundant in the Galapagos. They are found across 10 of the central islands, and they're commonly seen to be having push-up contests to figure out like who's king. So basically they're doing push-ups and trying to make themselves look bigger and stronger to scare off the other men. And they have natural predators including hawks, herons, snakes, scorpions, and even other lava lizards having cannibalism, so they eat each other. The giant tortoise is what the Galapagos Islands are most famous for because the word Galapagos is actually derived from a Spanish word meaning tortoise. So it's kind of the mascot of the island. And in case you're wondering how big it actually is, I am 5'4", which in meters translate to 1.62, and on average the giant turtle is 1.5 meters, so it's just a little bit smaller than I am. They spend an average of 16 hours resting, and they are mainly found on the Santa Cruz Highlands and the Alcaide volcano in the island of Isabela, which is the biggest island. They are endangered because they are killed for their meat, and they like to collect the oil from the turtles for like burning candles and making light, like oil light lamps. The Charles Darwin Research Station collects the eggs and incubates them and lets the little babies like grow up big enough so that they can be released into the wild and not be able to defend themselves and not be able to like die as easily. I'm going to talk about the flora, which is the environment, and it really seems harsh and rocky, but actually it sustains plants because they adapt really well to the environment because they have nothing else to do. So the plants are just as unique as the animals, but they receive less attention. Most of them are endemic, and they have an endemic species of their own cotton, pepper, guava, and passion flower. And there are 4 primary ecosystems, which they are formed by the climate and elevations. So the lowlands are usually like forests of cactus, and they're very desert-like. And then the subtropical forests, which have a lot of rain. Number 3 is the humid, very dense forest, and number 4 is the highest elevation, which has lots of grass and ferns. And the only island that has all 4 is Isabela. Next, I'm going to talk about the aquatic life. So it's famously known for its marine iguana, and in case you didn't know, that is the only seagoing lizard in the world. They feed on algae, and the big ones will go further into the water and use their claws to hold on to rocks to sustain the current while they're feeding, and then the small ones like to stay on land in like little pools of water or just on the shore to feed because they aren't as strong. They have a high concentration of salt in their diet because they do feed in the ocean. So what they'll do is they'll filter their blood at their nose, and whenever they sneeze, they'll sneeze out the salt, and it'll cause like salt crystals to form on their nose. So you can commonly see that there. They are protected against the Ecuadorian law, and the cats and dogs have decreased the number of marine iguanas because those are the natural predators of them. And then the Galapagos penguins are the northernmost penguins, which is cool. They nest entirely in the tropics, and they are one of the smallest penguins in the world. They can reach up to 35 miles per hour when hunting, which is actually rather fast. And they feed on cold water, schooling fish, which are anchovies, sardines, and mullets. And they are found mainly on the island of Isabella, which is the main island, and Fernandina. Their natural predators are owls, snakes, and hawks, which are on land. And in the sea, it's the sea lions, the fur seals, and the sharks, with the sea lions being the most dangerous to them. They sometimes get caught in fishing nets, which also is an endanger to them. So, again, thank you for listening. I don't know about you guys, but I would love to visit after all of this research.